Hey kids, this is Pulse Revision coming to you live from Cuatro Cinco Studios in my mom's basement on Christmas Eve. And I imagine some of you guys might be up wrapping presents or just driving around listening to holiday music, checking out the lights. Or it's Christmas where you're at. Shout out to Red Squirrel. Oi, oi, Pops. It's Christmas a day here. And Chris Corrigal, happy holidays to you, Chris, as well. I had an interesting day today. Took my daughter to DMV. She got her learner's permit, which is cool. We're teaching her to drive, which is it's nerve-wracking when you've been driving your whole life, and yeah, you're like, I don't know. You forget what it's like to learn to turn and park and stop, and it's been really interesting. We'll just say that, but I'm proud of her, really proud of her for doing that. Another thing I got to do while I was sitting at the DMV waiting for her to take her test was I got to listen to a Richard Hart stream today. I haven't covered all of it, but I've listened to most parts of it. And of course, people have just retweeted the ever-loving shit out of it, which I get. I totally get, because I've just been retweeting their retweets. But that was definitely a highlight today. I don't know if I've got it on my phone I've got now or an older phone, but I was thinking back to Big Payday. Big Payday was November 19th, 2020. It doesn't seem that long ago, but in other ways it seems like an eternity ago. And you had a bunch of people doing one-day stakes to get the Big Payday bonus, and then they were going to dump it, just dump that free money. And the OA stepped in and started to match that, to dilute them out of dumping on us. And I didn't quite understand that at the time. So I started tweeting. Yeah, I was tweeting back then. Started tweeting and being like, I can't believe the OA is so greedy, and he's taking all of our money, and he's not even giving us a chance for a Big Payday. And somebody reached out. I don't know if it was Richard for sure, but I believe it was Richard. And he kind of like showed me some of the charts and some of the ways that these whales and people were basically trying to dump the system. And I went and I took out, I reposted and told people I was wrong, and that the OA was not this big bad wolf, that it was benevolent, and then this is right around Thanksgiving. So at the very end, like after being set straight on what was going on, I got a text from Richard saying, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. And at this point, I had been listening to him for years. I mean, probably listened to 300 to 500 hours of his streams, learning everything I could about Bitcoin and Ethereum, and Hex up to this point. Followed him day 1 hexagon, day negative 700 hexagon, because as you guys know, it took a couple of years to get everything buttoned up and delivered. So yeah, I just remember he texted me that, happy Thanksgiving. And even now I kind of tear up, because I mean, he's made such a big difference in my life. I got the big old Tex tattoo. I was able to retire and see my family a lot more. I was out on the road, driving truck, out of town a lot of times. He just gave me my life back. gave me my freedom back. Hex did. And then I started my little YouTube channel, Hex Ray Vision, back in the day, and nobody paid me for any of that. I bought my own equipment, spent all my time and energy, money editing and getting the word out there about Hex, and I onboarded anyone who would listen to me in my circle, friends, acquaintances, people I would meet at the grocery store. I used to, this was my line, because I thought everyone was like me. I thought everyone wanted a few money and everyone wanted freedom. So I would just ask people, like, after saying hi and how's it going or whatever, a little small talk. My line was, "Hey, do you like money?" And 9 out of 10 people are like, "Yeah, I like money." And that's how I would hit it off. And I would just start saying, "Hey, are you into crypto? Have you heard of Bitcoin?" And that was my passion for years. And quite a few families that I onboarded were able to retire during the 21-22 wave with us, and quite a few more will be hitting those numbers, getting that financial freedom here in 25. But to the ones that didn't take the baton and run with it, and the people that didn't do any research of their own, they didn't watch YouTube, they didn't follow anything, they didn't practice like getting into their MetaMask or getting everything working, checking on their stakes. It was like, I don't know, for some reason I thought, like, I took that personally. I felt like I was a failure for not helping them reach their financial goals, and it's taken a long time for me to sit and realize that the people that are meant to hear this message are going to hear it. The people that are meant to see what's going on in Hex and Pulse Chain and now Dark, those people that see it or are trying to see it, putting forth a lot of effort, asking questions, digging into it, those are the people that we're supposed to have here. We went from 100 people in, before launch in our group that are, connected their wallets and showed up with the Wishwell and the mining phase. And now we're at about 300 people. And I think that as long as we continue to focus on our community, and as long as we focus on Xing the community, I think that the price is going to take care of itself. In fact, I was pushing this narrative because I wanted all the weak hands to be shaken out of dark matter, and all the airdroppers and people that they just dumped without even, I don't think they ever even looked up the symbol. They just found out how to sell it on PulseX or wherever, GoPulse, and they just bounced. And a lot of those people just left behind perfectly good J1 fuel cells. They left the NFTs behind that they got for free. So it'd be interesting to see what happens with some of those fuel cells. But we did end up minting, because that was about 5,000 that were minted for the airdroppers. And then there's 116,000 minted in Journey 1. I think we're going to see more mints in Journey 2, because a lot of the whales and a lot of people are understanding, oh man, I missed out on these lotteries and I didn't lock in my share of the treasury yield. And so I think it's going to go up quite a bit. The other thing I really want to cover, obviously the link to join is in Telegram. The link to join is on Twitter. I put it in Randy's group, my group, probably Crypto Degen's group or Degen Roundtables group. And so if any of you guys want to join me on stream, please jump in here. Wish everyone happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and ask any questions, or we can just talk about whatever. We can talk about the Richard Hart stream. We can talk about the Black Swan event, which I'm definitely going to talk about that, and price. So yeah, join me. I'm not imagining many people are here tonight. We got, give or take, 38 people here, 35 that may or may not be here from Twitter, and 4 from YouTube. Shout out to Mr. Rock Jockey. Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Day here too. Merry Christmas, everyone. Danny Ortiz. Danny Ortiz has been asking so many great questions in Randy Hilarski's group, and I've been transferring some of those over. So much so, and because of, shout out to Red Squirrel. I'm going to move my chair just a second because X-Ray Chick is going to be walking in here. Pulse Ray Chick. I should change her name to Pulse Ray Chick if I'm being honest. Yeah, Pulse Ray Chick's coming in right now to grab some tags for Christmas. There you go, babe. And but like I said, Red Squirrel said we need to put together a FAQ. So we're going to work on putting together a really nice frequently asked questions and putting that in the command in our Telegram so people can just type in !FAQ and get a lot of those questions answered that people like Danny said, hey, thank you for helping me on Telegram. It's our pleasure. That's why we're there. I'm in Telegram. If I'm awake, I'm probably in Telegram, and I've definitely got my alerts set up, notifications set up to go there. So thank you, Danny, for asking those questions. Because if you guys have questions about anything, I'm sure there's 50 or 60 other people that either don't have the time to ask, they don't know where to ask, or they're too embarrassed to ask. And so you guys asking questions has been really great. Jay Everything says, Merry Christmas, Jay Everything. Red Squirrel's peeping in here. I thought you'd be asleep, man. It's pretty late. I was going to do Sleepy Tea Roulette again on X and play some music. But I got to tell you, it's been such a long day. We've been doing so many things, getting ready for Christmas. What I was going to do was Race the Gummy, where I could take, half a gummy and see how long I can stream for. I can't put sentences together, and maybe we'll go in that direction eventually. But right now, I've got a lot on my mind, a lot on my heart, and obviously the green room's open. The comments are open for you guys. But I wanted to. There's something that's been weighing on me today. Since this morning, one of the best people that I've met. I've never met him in person. I've seen him in person, I think, once, and I didn't go up and talk to him. I saw him and Annabelle at a conference once. I can't remember which one it was, but I swear it was like one of the Anarcho-Pocos or something like that. And I was too shy to go up and say hi. But since then, just online, working with him and streaming with him, being part of his No Permissions group, and I mean, just he's been so supportive in our goals and dreams here. And I got some news about his family member passing away from his mom. At least I'm pretty sure it's his mom. Just reached out to let me know and let the community know. And I don't want to get in his business, and I don't want to flood him with a bunch of messages from people. But I do want to say, our love and our support go out to Randy and his family at this time. That's a big deal. And during the holidays, it's more turned up. It's more intense, I think. And so we just want to express all of our love and support to Randy and his family at this time. And if you guys, can reach out to him in DMs or wherever, just let him know that you're thinking about him and that you're here for him. So, yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot. I mean, it's not even my dad. It's not my family member. It's just, but yeah, I've had a lot of compassion for him today, thinking about what that must be like to go through right now. And yeah, if there's anything I can do to help, if you're part of his conference in Panama, or what's going on, or if he needs anything at all, both me and Hexiest Man on Earth are both willing to step up, do whatever we can to help. And at the same time, we want to be respectful and give Randy and his family time to process this and grieve and be together. So I don't know. I'm trying to walk a thin line here of being supportive and not getting in someone else's business, or announcing more information than they want to share at this time. So yeah, I just wanted to cover that. But like I said, Richard coming back breathed fresh life into this, into us after that crazy FUD dump of the Black Swan event. So that was a good Christmas present. It was really nice. Speaking of Christmas presents, I got to show these off. My buddy Crypto Bob, who's one of my onboards, he got me these cool bookends right here. These astronaut bookends right here. I just I don't have a bookshelf in here in this room. I guess I have some in the closet, but these things need to be seen. I just like them like high-fiving each other right here. So that's shout out to Crypto Bob. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas. That being said, we can go into anything. I usually just go through the website, the countdown to the next lottery. We go over the chart. We go over the countdown to the next minting cycle, and I try to let you guys know what's kind of going through my head as a founder as much as I can. I got to tell you, the toughest part about crypto is reading people's minds. You go all in on Bitcoin, and you're wondering like what's going on in the developer's mind, because Satoshi's gone. So you got the main devs, and they were just made the worst choices and decisions that anyone could make. There's no way that the Bitcoin core team wasn't compromised. No way. No, I would never believe that, just based on some of the decisions they made and the directions that they went were just like, they seemed like they were trying to sabotage Bitcoin back in the day. So we was trying to like guess what they were going to do. And then of course, Bitcoin Cash came out. Roger Ver was helping those guys. And, eventually you moved into like, okay, well, maybe I'm all in on Ethereum now. So I'm all in on Ethereum, but I don't know what's going through Vitalik Buterin's head. I just got to guess. And then you go into crypto, into Hex. Now, Hex was nicer because Richard was so open and he communicated so much with us that you could kind of read between the lines and like get some hints from him. However, you still didn't know what was going through his mind when the SEC came after him. You don't know what's going through his mind this last year, except for reading his tweets. And until today, like you really didn't like get is like sitting with a friend and like getting a vibe from them. And I just remember thinking, if I found my own, if I create my own token, I will know every single day exactly what's going through the founder's mind because it's me. And so I've been trying to be as transparent and helpful and fun in the way that we kind of give you guys hints and let you guys know what's going through our heads. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up as well. Yeah, that's about it. Like I can imagine, like most of you guys are just chilling out. Let's bounce through some of these right here. Let's freeze the face. Before we freeze, let me just pay respect to our NFT. 116,500 and something NFTs were minted in, I think this first one was like 18 days, 16 to 18 days because of the claim phase and the airdrop phase, because you could mint during those days as well. But, oh, cheers. Thank you. Got my sleepy tea. Let the sleepy tea roulette start. I should have grabbed my other nighttime meds before I came down here. I could have like really gotten fun with you guys. But yeah, 116,000 of these were minted. It's beautiful work of art. Talks about Rings of Dust, which is the book that we're working on right now in our Telegram. Shout out to Ted Nelson. Holy shit. Ted Nelson ripped through all 25 chapters of this and DM'd me feedback on all the chapters. Some of them he didn't have any feedback. He was like, hey, it was a great chapter. Cool. Others of them, he was like, well, there's a lot going on here. But he ripped through 25. He went through the whole book. So we have one person. We're accepting 3 people for each chapter. He took out all the chapters for one guy. So there's 2 left for you guys out there wondering. But that's our book, Rings of Dust. Shout out to, like I said, he's already like bumped up to a lead operator. He wasn't here with the OGs. He just showed up and started asking questions and getting interested in the project. And now, I send him some dark matters. For every 10 chapters, you get a dark matter. And of course, I hooked him up because he just went through all 25. And then I sent him, this thing that I'll actually let me freeze my face here real quick. And this is beautiful. This is what we're going to have at the bottom of the next NFT. Red Squirrel is just kicking ass and in the clear lead right now for votes of producing the image for the next NFT. But we're going to be putting, obviously, the 3 logos along the bottom. And of course, AG Project IO's already there. So it's like, it's not only is it badass, but it's great advertising as well. And then, like I said, this right here is what I sent him because I think a lot of people don't really know about this right now. This is the live collective NFT. It updates with the points. So when you do behavior, like the book, like the winner of the art NFT contest is going to get 1 million points. So that's going to put them up to special agent. Just that one piece of art alone will get them up to special agent. But he didn't know that he got like all these stickers and swag. So I shared this with him and I said, hey, give me a shipping address. Obviously, you don't have to dox yourself, guys, but give me a shipping address. It could be your work, could be your ex-husband. I don't give a crap. Give me a shipping address and we're going to start shipping this swag out to you. And so as you can see, like the lead operator, boom, he got, in fact, he's not that far from junior technician, which junior technician doesn't have anything, but it is a step closer to lead technician that gets some more patches and stickers. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. We do have some people up to second navigator. We don't have anyone that's hit first navigator yet. But you get these points for doing positive behavior in the community, like minting NFTs or participating in, the wish well and the mining phase that are over, or participating with the book and things like that. And then also going forward, we're going to include a lot of promotional things. So you guys that are like pushing this and marketing this and tweeting this out, we'll start doing some of those. And we've also opened a meme channel on our Telegram. We'll go over there real quick. So here we go. Here's the link to join. Here's last night's stream that was an hour and a half of rambling, talking about, I don't think I even answered what Rings of Dust is in that or talked much about it, but either way, this is Randy's channel right here. So this is the anti-gravity topic underneath no permissions, but we're going to go to our channel, AG. It's t.me/anti-gravity saga. So if you go to anti-gravity saga, here we go. A little message about Randy. Then here's the link to join. And again, like I said, we started a memes group, which, this is funny right here. This, I believe Red Squirrel said caption this, and he says, I fucking love pink. My wife says I look too chubby in that picture. But anyways, here's the other one right here. And then the evil address entered his seed phrase. So that one's also very funny. Very, very funny. If the evil address ever entered his seed phrase somewhere, that'd be no bueno, but we've got Schuler, Interpol be like, where's Richo? Love that stuff. This one's really, really good. If you guys are deep into the OG, when none of your fuel cells win lottery 1 or 2, meaning they have a chance of winning lottery 3, which is the big daddy of them all. We do need to cover up this problematic symbol with the dark matter symbol, but this one's just crazy too. Good stuff, good memes all around. So right here, that feeling when you hack the evil address. Again, see, we got the dark matter logo here, and he's just chilling with his lady friends and his gold, looking at all of Red Squirrel's sharing these photos. Yeah, they're if you guys are on any blood pressure or heart medication, I highly recommend that you do not check out. Here's another one with that feeling when you hack the evil address up for, again, too much of heavy Hitler is on this one right here. So we'd have to do that one. But when you accidentally vaporize your collective NFT, that's hilarious because I don't know how you would vaporize it. That's I think that's the joke. But yeah, the collective NFT is where you get your rank, which is cool. So, and then here's some fun stuff that Red Squirrel threw out, which again, very, very cool NFT and attention grabbing art. I love it. So, and then when you finally understand anti-gravity tokenomics, for sure. This is how you will feel when you start to see the whole game, the whole onion. So this is our memes channel. And then of course, Rings of Dust, the book. Here is all 25 chapters of the first draft. So if you guys DM me, just come on here, claim whatever chapter or chapters you want to review, then read them, and then DM me the address that you want to get your collective points on, and a review of the chapter, just what you liked, what you didn't like, what didn't make sense, things like that. And if you are a machine, I almost want to swear because Ted's a machine. If you're like Ted, I mean, jeez Louise, and you start ripping through them, we give away a dark matter for every 10 chapters you review. So if you review 10 chapters, we'll throw a dark your way, along with the 1,000 collective points per chapter. And this is all in the topic under Rings of Dust book. And then of course we got submissions for art. I mean, Zephyr Trips just definitely started putting the coolest stuff here. And I mean, this is really what I got to show you guys right here. So this one right here, let's play this. I don't think the sound is on here. Sound's on right there. Oh, do you know why? It's because I don't have my speaker on.
Bluetooth connected.
It's so damn good. We got to watch it twice, so especially now that I got my sound working on my end. You guys should be too. Let me know in the chat real quick if you guys can hear this. So much stuff up here. No one's in the green room. We do have a couple more here. Honest question. What do you think? I gotta get rid of that. Apologies. Honest question. What do you think RH would say about your token? Not a dig at all. Would just love to hear your speculation in a totally open manner. Red Bull Green Bear. I love that. It's a kick-ass name. And Red Bull Green Bear. Let's do something really quick. Come with a good question. We're going to go to my channel right here. We'll jump in live. We're going to go, boom, pause it. And you, sir, are going to be wrenched right here. We are knighting you with a wrench. So do that. Just pretend you're RH roasting your own coin. I think it would actually help establish credibility. And then he says, much love from Utah. Yeah, Utah's where it's at, man. Pro tip, you can pin groups in Telegram, Max. Pin groups? I can pin groups in Telegram? We're going to have to talk about this some more. But I just want to jump in here and wrench him. And that is a great question. And we're going to go back and definitely listen to that video again. But honestly, if RH truly understood my project, like truly understood the 15 smart contracts, the 10 tokenomics, the story, the passion, everything behind it, I honestly think that Richard Heart would be very proud of what we've done here. And I think, especially if he knows that, he inspired us on the right way to build a project, the right way to put the work in first, and produce as much finished code, audited code as possible. I think he'd be proud of us and definitely see that we were definitely inspired by the Hex community and the way that he built the community, Now that being said, he's talked a bunch of shit about, NFTs. NFTs are just JPEGs loosely related to serial numbers hosted on a website. And yeah, all of that can't be true for sure. But there's way more secure ways of running your NFT and profile pic, JPEGs now. You can do a lot more cool stuff with NFTs. And honestly, if he understood the delayed gratification in the treasury model that we pay out, and if he understood the fun of the lottery and how that hooks degens into coming to the party and then sticking around to learn more about stuff, I honestly believe he'd be really impressed. Now granted, he doesn't say much about anything other than his own. I think there's like 3 coins he's mentioned besides his, and it's not PDAI, guys. He's never said, "Hey guys, PDAI, yeah," and like did a thumbs up to the camera. He's mentioned Icosa, Hedron, Alex's ecosystem. I remember him commenting on that one because of the cool our HSIs, the stakes that you could finally transfer and sell. That was super cool. Let me see. There was another one he mentioned that wasn't his coin specifically, and I'm sure one of you guys will know in the questions. But honestly, I mean, and this sounds kind of silly, but I really do think if he saw the way that we were trying to harness economic energy and do our own bull and bear cycle every 45 days, and he saw the evil address, and he saw how many things the evil address can do, like the OA where it's benevolent, and at the very end of the day, people are going to find out that the evil address, like we call it the evil address, and it is evil, and it is out to compete with you, and it has an unfair advantage and hoards. It's all those things. It really is. However, over time, I believe it'll have a positive effect on the ecosystem. But the thing was, we couldn't come out and call it the really friendly address or the benevolent address or the, I don't know, the really, really nice address, because we tried to defend the OA against everyone for 5 years now. For 5 years now, Hex haters have been shitting all over the OA and saying it owns all the coins, it could crash the price, blah, 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 blah. And we saw that and we're like, we don't want to fight that uphill battle. We're going to call it the evil address. We're going to let people assume the worst and expect horrible things from this address. And if in the future it turns out to be a different case, great. But we're not going to fight that. We're not going to convince people against their will that the evil address might be good one day. We're just going to say, yeah, it's a piece of shit. It's out to it's got an unfair advantage. It's greedy. It's coming to take your money. It's here to eat your lunch. It's here to drink your milkshake. And then we'll see how things play out in the future. But that is a whole side tangent of this. I don't know. I think Richard Hart, what would Richard Hart would say about my token? I mean, someday it would be great if he said, wow, dark matter has brought a lot of positive attention to the Pulse Chain community, which is obviously our goal, is to bring as many cool people as possible to the Pulse Chain community and hook them with our art, hook them with our story, hook them with the degen and the crazy chart. I mean, holy shit. Nobody's got a chart like this. Let me refresh this. And hopefully it puts my cool drawings back on it. Nobody in crypto has a chart like this. None of them. I mean, I take that back. You could have a 4-year chart of Bitcoin and Ethereum where you put a happy face on the bull run and you put sad face. In fact, yeah, why are these happy faces? I guess these are happy for the people that are buying the dips. I guess that's why they're happy, but really it's like sad. It's like dump. And we were pushing the dump so hard right here on the 20th. We're like, dude, dump our token. We want people to just take their profits and get out. Like, make your free money and leave. This is so much higher than SAC price, and a lot of these guys got this airdrop for free. And so you were like, dump. And then the next day, that crazy Interpol FUD hit, and a bunch of wells dumped, and the entire now this part of our chart right here is identical to everything else in Hex. It just is, because it has to, because of Hart's law, because all of our liquidity is tied together. So when people leave and money leaves, it drops the whole tide. And then when people show up and money shows up, well, then it lifts the whole tide. So this kind of jacked it up because we're expecting to have like a bigger dump, 3 times bigger dump, and a 6 times bigger dump. But this candle might have jacked up our pattern or our strategy right here. Only time will tell. We have another drawing on the 30th of December. So we're going to be traveling on our way to San Diego to hang out with Casey the Hexcan. If you guys don't know Casey, he just hiked the Pacific Coast Trail for months. He spent months of the bear market going out and challenging himself and spending time in nature and getting to know himself. Like, my hat goes off to him. Very, very cool dude. Very smart move. But we're going to be hanging out with him for New Year's Eve. So we'll be driving down there on the 30th right here, which is the next lottery. And this 30th is going to be 3 times bigger than this lottery. However, I don't know if we'll have the Black Swan event. So I have no idea how to gauge the dumpage here, other than hopefully it'll be better than this dumpage right here. And then this one's 6 times bigger. So we drop these down lower, because we have no idea where these are going to drop to. So, yeah, put that one right there, I think. Yeah, that looks good. So we don't know how low these are going to drop, and we have no idea how many tokens are going to be taken off of circulating supply and minted in Journey 2. But the mint for the last one is, I believe, January 10th. And then January 11th is when the treasury payouts, and we start minting the Journey 2 fuel cells, or J2 fuel cells. In fact, I redid this on one of these. Is this the one I redid it on? I changed it on one of these. Anyways, yeah. So this is the crazy thing, though. We're going to be minting from about the 11th of January to like the 22nd of January, right there. In fact, this face is probably too big. Probably need to shrink it. Yeah, so like the 22nd of January, let's move it over a bit. So right around here is going to be like the minting phase, these 11 days, right here to the 22nd. And then the 22nd to the 33rd, well, okay, there's not a 33rd of February or January, sorry, but the 2nd of February, boom, that's going to be the first lottery. This is the crazy thing. The 22nd, during these 11 days, this is Randy Hilarski's No Permissions conference in Panama. And he still has a few tickets left. I know he sold out a VIP, but he's got a few more tickets left. So if you want to chill in Panama with some OGs, some really cool people, that's what's going to happen leading right up to, we'll be coming home right before the first lottery. And then 11 days later, which is cool. So boom, boom, boom. I'm hoping that we get the attention of all the airdroppers in the first two journeys and they dump and leave. That's my guess, my hope, my belief. And the airdroppers only get to win these first lotteries. They have to mint again to be in these lotteries. So you need to mint the journey that you're in to be eligible for these lotteries. So the 116,000 NFTs that were minted here at the launch, they all have an equal chance of winning one of these lotteries. And if they win the lottery, then they're kicked out. So we had 1,865 addresses removed because they won. Then we're going to have another 1,865 addresses win and be removed here. And then you have 1,865 addresses winning the big boy right here. And this one paid out 1.25 dark. This one's going to pay out 3.75 dark, roughly. And then what's double 3.75? 7.5. So each winner should be walking away with 7.5 dark right here. So 1.25, 3.75, and then 7.5 dark. Which, you know what? Hey, 7.5 dark, it could be worth $1, right? Like that could be worth $7 if we crash down here. Like totally. This is crypto. I've seen crazier stuff. Or if it just keeps, if it doesn't crash for whatever reason, which I don't see people not taking profit, but if they don't take profit and we're sitting around $35, what's 35 times 7.5? $262 right there that they can dump and walk with. That's pretty good for getting a free NFT and free tokens. Like that's not a bad payday. I think in the future, when people look back on us giving away roughly 5,000 tokens and roughly 5,000 J1 fuel cells, I believe this airdrop is going to go down in history as the most generous airdrop in crypto. And that's saying a lot because Bitcoin people got airdropped Hex tokens if they claimed them. And that did the 10,000x, and those were free. So, I mean, that's saying, I think that says a lot about where I think the next 4 years of this crazy journey are going to go. Oh, that is some good vanilla sleepy tea, folks. Highly recommend it. Yeah, so we did that. Much love from Utah. Pro tip. Obviously, he built Pulse Chain for people to build on. I just love to scrutinize, to bring out the best in people's ideas. Thank you. I appreciate that. And honestly, I have to be very careful about what I say about other projects. I try to say, just if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. But I will say that we took inspiration. We took inspiration from Hex. We took inspiration from Texans Treasury. We took inspiration from the Whatsa NFT for dang sure. We took inspiration. A couple other things that really stuck to mind, and we tried to improve on them, is what I'm going to say. So thank you for the register. Thank you for the great questions and being here and hanging out. Red Bull Green Bear lulls PDI to 369, and now I'm not saying that PDI can't go to a buck. Like, it can go to a buck. I'm just saying that there's a lot of loose shit holding conspiracy theories together. And granted, we will probably need our own native stable token on Pulse Chain. I mean, we have some good stable tokens on Pulse Chain already. We've got Coast, we've got Liquid Loans dollar, we've got the Earn Protocol dollar. Those ones, like I said, they're still getting their legs under a couple of those, but like the Coast is you mint Coast with $1 from your bank account, and then when you burn it, the dollar shows back up in your bank account. You really can't lose with Coast. Coast, OX Coast, check that out. Hexy Bob is in the house. Hexy Bob is the guy that gave me these crazy bookends that I love. Go to bed, send us on this way. Oh man, not to me. I don't know. I've been too busy to wonder if I'm on the naughty or nice list. I think I've been pretty nice this year. I think I've been doing some good stuff this year. But anyways, I promised you guys we're gonna watch this video again, and by hell, we're gonna watch this video again. Enjoy. This one's from Red Squirrel, and then we'll. This one's super sick. This one is super sick. I'm gonna let's just play these two first, and I'll play that one next. Insane, totally insane. This next one right here has some reading, so check this one out. It's insane, people. Insane. Here's the artwork that's in the lead right now for J2 Fuel Cell. Super cool. It's got a bunch of characters from the book and the evil address. Looking over the anti-gravity, the nice ring of dust. Very cool. Very cool. Just awesome. And then let me see if I can get to this is the one right here. How beautiful is that? How insanely beautiful is that? Yeah, cool stuff. Cool stuff. Very cool. Give a shout out to Spencer Benser and Ruthie Patootie. I want to shout out to Spencer Benser and Ruthie Patootie. I hope you guys should be going to bed because Santa's on its way. You guys are just little kids. shout out to you guys. Merry Christmas. Let's see here. Let's go to the website. My favorite website on earth is agproject.io. And I'll show you guys why. If you go here to the homepage, you've got the countdown to the Treasury payout on the homepage. So 16 days, 23 hours, 40 minutes. Everyone's going to get a little tiny, some dust paid from this Treasury into those 116,000 fuel cells. Those 116,000 fuel cells are going to split 3% of this Treasury every 45 days as long as Pulse Chain is running. And like I said, it's going to go from dust to significant amounts and then back down to dust. However, it's not going to be on circulating. It's not going to be in the circulating supply unless you vaporize. And we'll get into that in just a second. But here we go to minting. This is going to be 12 hours more than the payout. So the payout happens, and then 12 hours later, we open the window for minting your J2 fuel cells. So here you go. In 17 days, 11 hours, 39 minutes, you will be able to do this. It says max input 750. This does not mean that you can only mint 750 fuel cells. This means that you can only mint 750 at a time. Although I would recommend 500 just because, the gas estimation is, wonky on Pulse Chain right now until they get that ironed out. So yeah, you can do that right there. You can add your fuel cells to wallet, your fuel cell NFTs to wallet right here. If you're connected, you got to connect right here. And then you're going to get 22 bonus points in Journey 2 plus your multiplier times your multiplier. And this is going to give you collective points right here for that. For the collective that we were just talking about, these are your collective points where you earn swag and special privileges. And that'll be put in this one right here. So you'll see your points, you'll see your fuel cells. This will pop up and show you your fuel cells. And then you'll see notifications coming up from the bottom of the screen of all the other people minting, including the evil address. We'll be minting 60,000 fuel cells. It minted 67,000 in J1. It's going to mint 60,000 in J2. I think we're going to break the record of 116,000 minted fuel cells in this next one. I think we are. And then, of course, this has your balance and stuff up here. But if you click on Tools, then Tools opens up the beta page. Oh, and then you can also click Buy More. If you click Buy More, it's going to pull up the Go Pulse pair with Pulse and Dark if you want to buy it with Pulse. You can also buy it, with anything else here, like Gophers. You can just sell your Gophers and get some Dark. I don't know. But yeah, that's where you buy that. And then here's the beta page. So the beta page has the lottery, the treasury, and the vaporize. The lottery, this table needs to be updated, but basically these 2,000 have already been, the big payout is green. It's already been paid out. So these 2,000 actually go into the bigger and the biggest right here. Boom, boom. So in 6 days, 23 hours, actually, let me refresh this because I don't think that's right. Nope. 5 days, 19 hours. 29 minutes. This bigger lottery is going to be paid out, and 1,865 people or fuel cells will each win 3.75 dark matter. And then they'll show up right here in this blue box. It'll tell you how many of your fuel cells won and how much it accumulated of dark. Then you click this scrape button, you pay a fee, and these dark matter that you won in the lottery show up automatically in your wallet. And you can do whatever you want with them. You can dump them, you can save them to mint in the next journey, you can provide liquidity, you can just sit on them. Doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want with these. Now, the treasury is a little bit different. The treasury, it says I got 4 fuel cells, 0 yield from the treasury has been paid out, but this is paid inside the fuel cell. This goes in the piggy bank. You cannot get to the treasury yield unless you vaporize your fuel cells. And once you vaporize your fuel cells, they no longer fill up with treasury yield. So this is a game of chicken to see who can wait the longest and have the most patience to let their fuel cells fill up with as much treasury yield as possible. And once you vaporize, it's over. Your fuel cell does not exist anymore. In fact, your treasury yield goes to the other people that have not vaporized their fuel cells. So there's a lot going on here in the beta page right here. And I might add, there's something we will be adding to this for Journey 2. So stay tuned to this one right here. Real quick, dark matter only has 1 million tokens. That's it. There's only 1 million tokens ever. Most of them are in the mystery box. Most of them are in the evil address, and they are all set to be minted into fuel cells except for one. So 58% of this is going to be minted into fuel cells. 16% is in the mystery box, basically like a team address. Have no expectations of the work of others or what this may or may not do in the future. Right now, we do see a lot of liquidity providing going on from this address. And then, of course, you've got the treasury, which has almost 9% in the treasury. It'll have a lot more after the next one. We got a well with 5%. We got another well with 3.95%. And then we have the lottery, and the lottery has 2%. And then you got another well, you got a fire well, you got a friend of the community well right here. And then like the next one down is like, it's got 0.16%. So if you look at the economic power and energy that's being held in smart contracts and a couple of wells and the team, it's pretty impressive. In fact, most of these holders, this drops every single day. 1,720 holders. Most of these are airdrop recipients. So if we go like through these other pages, you'll see a ton of people that have, 2 fuel cells or, another even number because they got more than one airdrop. So they consolidated them. But like once we get to page 3, nope, I stand corrected. Once we get to page 4 and on, every time you see a 2 right here, of dark, these are people that either are just sitting on their airdrop or don't know they have it yet. And there's like 34 pages total. So there's like 30 pages of airdrops. So like 600 or more. No, that's way more than that. Anyways, a bunch of these holders are the airdrop recipients, and good for them. We'll see if they show up and figure out what they have their hands on. But I've gone over just about everything I can at this point. Let me jump in here. There is, he says, thanks, you bet. Hey, I need you, please. Hexray Chick is calling me. It is Christmas Eve. I want to bounce. You guys are lovely and wonderful people. Again, thanks to Richard Hart for putting out that stream today. Really appreciate that. And thoughts and prayers and love and support going out to Randy Kolarski at this time during the holidays. We love you so much, Randy. Let me stop the screen and just say goodbye with my unfrozen face to you homies out there. And I know there's a lot more I usually cover and stuff, but I just want to say Merry Christmas. This is what I'll say. The Anti-Gravity Project has the best community in crypto, hands down. We're not the biggest yet, but we are the best. This is the best community ever. I mean, don't get me wrong, Hex was the best community I've ever been a part of until this community and Pulse Chain. And I'm still, we're members of all those communities. But this community is what, this is where my heart is anti-gravity, building this universe with you guys, going on this crazy ride. And I think that we're going to show the world, especially crypto, the meaning of scarcity. Like I kind of gave you a sneak peek of to like where a lot of the million tokens are. And I think basically the lion's share of those are going to be locked in fuel cells and the treasury over time and taken off the market. So do with that knowledge what you will. I'm going to finish my sleepy tea. I'm going to finally take my gummy and magnesium and Lunesta and hit the hay and enjoy Christmas tomorrow with the family. But I love you guys. Merry Christmas. And I'm going to try to stream before we take off tomorrow, but I can't promise you that. And I'll probably just bring my laptop on me with on vacation, and try doing a couple streams there from the road too. So again, love you guys. We will see you later. Merry Christmas.